Hello, Atasha, Lelina, Heather, Brittany, Jill, Sarah, Lisa, Tashima, Stacy, Tony, Amanda, Megan, Jess, Patty, Destiny, Nancy, Gladys, Jelena, Cindy, and Mary. It is the last week of the course together. So I decided to call some of you by the names that you use in the discussion forum rather than by your full names. It's been a great time. Thank you all very much for all of your good work. This last week, we had some great conversation about change and transition. It really is one of my, perhaps the word is favorite. I think it's a very helpful week in the class. It's some useful information because we all go through change, and that means that we all go through transition. We all experience those feelings, and I do think that knowing about the pattern and knowing about the way that most humans experience the stress of change is a helpful thing. When we realize that this is not pleasant, but normal, I think it can help. And as some of you said, knowing that there's a way through, that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, can be very helpful. So thank you for all the good discussion. I especially appreciate all of your stories. I think that's very helpful to understanding the way that this process works. So our last week, the future of communication. So we can take this two ways, really. We can be afraid about some of the really bad, nasty, crazy things that can happen. There's some, the thought about having a chip put into your hand so that your employer knows when you go in and out of work, and that you can use that chip in your hand to pay for your lunch down at the work cafeteria, which actually has been implemented in some places. That might seem almost like a Big Brother kind of thing, like a 1984 kind of thing. But for some people, I guess it works for them. We can live in fear, or we can say, there are things that are happening that will actually help us to communicate better, that'll help us to know one another more. And even something as simple as Skype or Zoom, those video communication tools, they can help us communicate over distances. And I think of things even as old and simple as email that allow us to cheaply and efficiently communicate with people far away. I know that I would be hard pressed to keep some of the friends that I have in Africa if we didn't have email. It just probably wouldn't happen. Even though phone calls are fairly cheap now, still the essential zero cost of email makes it very easy to keep in touch. So I look forward to what your thoughts are about the future. And again, I really want to say thank you for all of your hard work. I'm enjoying reading your authentic leadership essays. In a lot of ways, those pieces are the kind of like the pinnacle of the course. It's a big project. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of thought on your part. And I really appreciate the time and effort that you all put into those essays. And I'll try to give you some good feedback on those. And I hope that thinking about authentic leadership has helped you as leaders. Whether you have a title that makes you a leader or not, there are situations where you have influence, where you can shape the way a situation goes, where you can be the person who makes a huge difference. And that really isn't just cliche. All of you obviously are working hard. You're working on getting another degree. You don't have to do that. You chose to do that. You chose to gain some of this knowledge so that you can make a better difference in the world. And I thank you for that. If there's any way that I can be helpful to you as we finish up this course or in the future, please let me know. It's been a pleasure. Thanks.